Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Matt and John Make a Podcast. This is episode 63, and got some topics to talk about. Obviously, we got UFC, was 254. I'm not mistaken, 254.
That is correct.
Uh, this evening, or actually, it's probably going on. A correction as we
Yeah,
speak, as this gets
as we
published.
as, as we speak.
Yeah, we'll give our well predictions, mostly John, and go from there.
Hmm.
Again, MLB World Series is going on right now. With the series as of this recording, which is on Thursday evening, is tied 1-1. There's no game tonight. Um, so
And,
by the time this airs, we probably have played three.
mhm.
So somebody's up 2-1 in the series. Who knows? And then some NFL news. Go through last week's games and some news on our boy Antonio Brown and where he may play for the second half of the season. But first, shocker, shocker, not sports related, but somehow kind of politically thing. But
so
what?
so to throw some context onto your, I was like, I texted Matt around like 2 or 3 o'clock today. And I was like, hey, look up on this story going on with our boy Chris Pratt. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk about it on the
there,
podcast.
yeah. There's two people. It was Chris Pratt and
And Gal,
Gal Gadot, who
yeah.
famously is playing Wonder Woman. Get into that and her side first because the Chris Pratt thing angers me. As somebody who, um, I don't know, I don't even know the phrase, but anyway, Gal Gadot has been cast to play Cleopatra in this new movie about like Egypt, Cleopatra, and all this stuff. So apparently, I was reading a little bit, kind of one article because the Chris Pratt thing took over my life in the last like hour before we recorded. Is that people were angry that she is not um, Egyptian enough or Middle Eastern enough or whatever to play
Arab, yeah,
Cleopatra,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or not Arab, but
yeah.
she is Middle Eastern. She is from Israel. That's her um, nationality, and people are mad that she's not Egyptian or whatever. I don't know, John. Um, Last time I checked, you don't have to be 100% um, uh, Egyptian or whatever the player role. That's why people are actors. Um, uh, if you look at her, can you tell she's uh, Jewish or from Israel or family or whatever is from Israel? No, she kind of looks
Honestly,
Middle Eastern.
right, right, right.
So all this outrage for nothing. This outrage of people that are not it that kind of character or nationality, um, not playing actors. I think, and to a certain extent, is crazy. We even have what the guy who voices I know Cleveland for Family Guy. They stopped doing that because the character playing Cleveland's not white. Um, and I think the person playing uh, 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 who's the Indian Apu in Simpsons. Is that the character's name?
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
Um, that voice actor, I believe. I think this voice actor's not playing it because obviously he's not Middle Eastern or not
Hmm.
Middle Eastern Indian. Excuse me. Uh, I to a certain extent, it's getting crazy.
Hmm.
I read an article saying that I, as far as historians are concerned, that Egypt under the role of Cleopatra had a lot of different nationalities. Let me see if I could find it as I talk here. But so I think that is more the ridiculous thing of just wanting her uh, gone from the movie and just I don't know that I have seen like Jesus Christ people. There's other things to worry about than a Middle Eastern, which Israel is in the Middle East, playing a different Middle Eastern. Um, I don't know. Was Wonder Woman Jewish? Was she is like should Gal Gadot not play Wonder Woman because um, Wonder Woman was not portrayed as a uh, Jew in the comics? Like what? Like when does it stop?
That's a good question, man. I mean, I really don't know. It's just weird with people like they everyone has to be upset about something here. Um, so it is what it is. What the hell is up with my internet? Okay, sorry, I had a minor issue going on there, but yeah, like when I read about the Chris Pratt thing, that was like more puzzling to me. So I didn't fully go like balls deep as like you did on this, but I just basically read a paragraph or two, which is like, so people are mad at him for not going to the Democratic or something with the Democratic Party or something, and they're
I
mad.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a multifacet here that in
Okay.
that and then let me hang on, let me find because there's like two articles. Well, I think there was one he posted a joke on Instagram about voting for I guess the animated movie Onward to be People's Choice, and he made a you know joke about voting because it's People's Choice Award and all that. Um, some people call it insensitive in the current political climate because it's election
Oh,
day.
I can't wait to hear what he said. That was so freaking bad that everyone was losing their freaking minds here.
Let me see if I
And
can. Well, I
and I'm
can't. I can share it. Hang on the Zoom here. Let's see if I can share
it should be
screen. Where am I? I don't want to share computer sound. Oh yeah, maybe I can, so you can talk. Share. Um, I believe this is. Well, you know what? It's not sharing.
yeah. I'm just seeing a black screen here right now here, man.
Are you seeing? Oh, are you not? You not
Oh
seeing it?
no, it's slowly coming.
Well, my computer's like flashing here, black. You know what?
Okay,
Screw
yeah,
this. Stop share.
yeah,
Let me.
yeah.
Right now, everybody at home is seeing a. This did not work. I forgot this did not work. Everybody is seeing a black screen
Yeah,
at home.
yeah.
So bear
That was
with
what.
me until we. There we go. So, anyways, there was an Instagram post. You can find it. Um, I'll just read it. It has a picture of like the title screen onward. Um, and it goes, with all that's going on in the world, it's more important than ever that you vote. Just ask any celebrity. They will tell you every day, several times a day, to vote. But me, I will tell you exactly who to vote for. Hashtag onward. The heroes before us did not spill their blood, only to have their sacrifices wasted by your apathy. The upcoming 2020 People's Choice Awards is the most consequential vote in the history of mankind times a million infinity. Vote for hashtag onward for family movie of the year, or else you will die. No hyperbole. Click the link in my bio. Let your voice be heard. Um, so that was that. A joke on everybody telling you to go out and vote. Um,
So everyone's getting upset for him being extremely sarcastic here and and over the top. That's what everyone is so mad
yes. And then
about. God
there
dang.
was that, and then another a thing I looked into it is that you mentioned it, that uh, the cast of the Avengers, along with the Russo brothers, did this political, I think something down in with Kamala, whatever, Harris, I think, event or fundraiser virtually, that if people donated, they can like watch, and it was like ask questions and stuff. So it was pretty much pay to play here. He had to donate to
Mhm.
do this, but he was absent, and people were like, well, "He's not there. He must be a Trump supporter. He must be Republican." Blah 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 blah. All this stuff, and then the Russo brothers came out and said, "Well, he was out in the other side of the globe in a different time zone, filming a movie. I guess Jurassic World Dominion, because it was delayed because of COVID and all that stuff. So they were
Right,
filming
right.
that. And so you had all this just people just going, oh, he must be a Republican, or and then accusing him because the church he belongs to is apparently anti LBGT, whatever, anti-gay,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for the sake of um uh just for the sake of keeping it simple. Um, so with all that, we had a couple his fellow actors, Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo, come out and defend Chris. Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr. was an actual defense. Mark Ruffalo, as much as I love his acting, good actor. He's too political for me, and his um, defense
Like
is less of a
what do you
defense.
say? What do you
Well,
say?
first, let me get to Robert Downey Jr. first. And this is the Instagram post. You compare these two responses here. So Robert Downey Jr. What a world! And this is with a picture of him and Chris on the set of, I guess, Infinity Wars or one of
Right.
Endgame, one of the
Mhm.
two. Well, I guess they filmed it once. Anyways, what a world! The sinless are casting stones at my hashtag brother Chris Pratt. A real hashtag Christian who lives by hashtag principle has never demonstrated anything but hashtag positivity and hashtag gratitude. I'm saying hashtag because it's just hilarious how many hashtags he has. And he just married into a family that makes space for civil discourse and, just plain fact, insists on service as the highest value. If you take issue with Chris, I've got a novel idea. Delete your social media accounts, sit with your own defects of hashtag character, work on them, then celebrate your humaneness. I'm sorry. And then he tags Pratt, and then I hashtag got your back.
Well,
Not bad.
Um, Tony Stark just said, shut the fuck up,
Okay.
everybody.
And then his is Mark Ruffalo, and this is a tweet, and I have it up in front of me and on the phone. Um, here, you all at Pratt is a solid a man there is. I know him personally, and instead of casting aspersions, look how he lives his life. He is just not overtly political as a role. This is a distraction. Let's keep our eyes on the prize, friends. We are so close now. So again, his whole Twitter account is all politics, and even defending Chris Pratt, he has to bring politics into it, um, and
Yeah, that's
it, and to saying somebody that's not political throws in politics, and is telling you to vote and all that fun stuff. And the comments and the reactions to that tweet are just laughable. And there's people who are pissed at Chris Pratt for not being political and saying that him not being political is privilege. I swear to freaking God that
um
not everybody is able to not be political.
There's a lot of people, including me, who hate politics, will refuse to even dive into politics, even like find out what's actually going on. Like it's such a toxic thing. Like even if you quote unquote bring up some good points, like you'll have someone like say, oh, so like does that mean that you support this thing or that thing too? It's just this is kind of why I have always have just avoided this, is just because hell,
I gotta
even for a
find it.
guy, even for someone who is down to earth as Chris Pratt is
Oh,
getting dragged through the freaking mud for something this stupid.
okay. So here's somebody responding to Mark Ruffalo and Chris Pratt. Must be nice to be able to not be overtly political with like the annoyed eye roll emoji, whatever. And somebody responded to that. Political apathy is a luxury of the privileged. So, so not being political, um, is
Yeah,
I
I
guess a bad thing now.
um must be
Um,
news to me because I haven't been political for my entire
so
life. I'm guessing
you're
that
you're 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 white privilege, John. How dare you?
I'm I guess I am, but
Can
I mean,
can
like,
can somebody be concerned about the direction of of the country or who they vote for? You can be concerned about who you vote for, but not have to spew it on social media every 5 seconds. And Mark Ruffalo, every freaking tweet, I swear to God, except for 2 days ago when he commented on National Geographic's tweet about International Sloth Day. Um, I swear to God, um, is all politics, and I'm not saying you can't uh, 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 care about politics. Absolutely not, but like it's all freaking politics, and it
it's
just
insufferable.
it's insufferable. Like we get it. You don't like
Hmm.
you want you like Biden. You don't like Trump. Like I swear to God, it's retweet. It's mostly a lot of retweets.
Hmm.
Um, like 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 complain about one side with the other side actually does it. I don't know. I come through.
Honestly, man, both sides are pretty insufferable. So it's
eh,
not just
Yeah,
like it's not
and
just
then
the
you
left.
have
You
like
know,
all these like reunions. You had Happy Days have a gonna have a reunion. Great. You're gonna have some people from Seinfeld have a reunion. Great. Oh, you know what the catch is? You
that's
can't watch it unless you donate at least $1 to whatever political rally or candidate. So you have to donate to the Democratic Party, or whatever, or candidate, whatever, um, to be able to do this, participate in this reunion. So you're alienating. So you're half. That's just to make the numbers easy. Potentially half of your fan base, because for in terms of the Seinfeld one, you want to turn Texas blue, hashtag Texas blue, whatever the hashtag was. So like I don't get. I think it's more privilege for celebrities to be able to tell you how to vote than somebody not caring that much about politics. You're not being
hmm
overtly concerned or not concerned, but uh, expressive, let's say, of politics. I think it's more privilege of celebrities to be able to do these reunions and to entice you to donate, um, and kind of you shaming you if you vote the other side. And
right.
this again, this goes both ways, but I'm seeing it more on Democrat, at least right now with this story. It's just insufferable. I can't wait till this is over. This election is over in a couple weeks, but that's a lie because it's going to go on through the rest of the year.
And while we are recording the second presidential
I need. I forgot. I need a captain. This is, it's not a coincidence here.
No.
Captain is big. I need 2 hands for this. That's what she said. Which I'm probably. That's right. That's going on. Did it start or is it about to start?
No. Oh, and Matt. Oh, I completely forgot before now. I just did hit like that. So does like that mean that I'm white privilege or white power now too?
Say that again.
I did this a few seconds ago. Apparently the it's like means white power
racist
or something.
Bastard.
Yeah.
So it's funny, and then there was to add one more. There was a podcast on BuzzFeed. I don't know the title of this article. Well, the link to the audio is crap. Why is Google freaking out on me here? It's just that's why. Chris Pratt might be a Republican, but should we care?
I don't.
Like I don't. And this also started. This also kind of got into the spotlight. There was this poll, or some writer or editor, I don't know, from someplace did this thing. What is the I think E News or whatever, I don't know. It's an age-old debate, sure. Which Hollywood Chris is the best? And people, I guess with all this political stuff and all this stuff about Chris Pratt coming out, people I guess unanimously voted Chris Pratt being the worst Chris in Hollywood because it's okay to do it, but this means so much. And I don't know. Like I'm glad that hopefully Twitter is like a minority of people. I know people I interact with.
I mean, people forget, man. Like Twitter isn't real life.
No.
The people who I have actually met on Twitter are not the same people. Hell, I'm not the same person who I am online in real life. Like I am way more. I speak my mind more. I'm very passionate about like wrestling, sports and etc. But outside of here, I'm very laid back. So like, I think we kind of forget just how like little this actually means and how much those people actually matter. And I think that's what should be stated here.
Yeah, it gets to be too much, and it, even though I shouldn't care, it bothered me, angered me, like it just annoyed me that this is a thing, that this whole story is a thing. I don't know. I'm done with it.
It is what it is. But now let's now move on to something fun here, man. And when I talk about fun, I'm of course I'm talking about the NFL, and not just, and more specifically with our boy, AB, Mr. Big Chest. Antonio Brown is being rumored to be possibly returning. One of the teams who are being linked to him are the Seattle Seahawks, according to Adam Schefter. Now, when I first heard this, I'm like, okay, guys, I hope you know what you were getting yourself into, and B, just like, is the risk worth the what you're actually getting here? And in my opinion, especially if you are Seattle, if you look at Seattle's roster currently, Matt, it's not really needed. Like they have no problems on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, that's a different story. They're giving up over 400 total yards every single game. So I'm asking myself, why would we bring in someone who A, we don't exactly even need, and B, who could possibly contaminate a good and civil locker room. I mean, like he has gone through. I mean, like he's gone through two of the premier franchises in the NFL, and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Patriots. So why would any
And he
team?
and he signed for the Raiders, and guess how many games he played?
And by the way, if he
Zero.
was quiet, yeah. Oh, and by the way, and if if he would have waited, I think it was like 3 more days, Matt, he would have gotten $29 million guaranteed. So basically, if he would have gotten cut a day or two later, he would have had all of that guaranteed dollars. But no, since he was stupid, he decided, oh, I'm going to get myself out of here and just completely fork over all of that guaranteed dollars. So it just speaks to just his immaturity, his inability to really control himself. And I mean, if you are a NFL franchise, why would you think that anything would be any different now? Like he still has multiple issues um, with the law right now. Yes, his suspension is going to 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 be up. But man, if I was any other franchise, I mean, just looking at his track record, why would you even want to even chance that? And two, something else we need to put in mind as well, man. He has not played a like meaningful game outside of the opener with the Patriots since 2018. Like, and I believe he's 33 now. So it's not like
I don't know.
he's not getting any younger here. And on top of that, with all of the baggage, I would say just don't even bother.
Now,
Like,
there's other people you can sign that you can sign a hobo off the street and be less drama and issues uh, than Antonio Brown. Um,
oh,
Again, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole, and that's even including 6 foot of socially distance. Um,
right.
I, I don't know. If Seattle signs them, they're stupid. Why?
Oh, absolutely. I
Why
wouldn't
do you
touch
want
him.
that? Like,
I sure as hell wouldn't.
avoid
Like,
it like the plague.
I mean, completely. And I mean, hell,
Again,
ever since he has been gone, the Steelers locker room feels like heaven right now. Hell, today you saw a picture of like T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, and like Minka on like a Minka's on on his like Zoom interview. I'm like, these guys look completely happy. If you guys recall what that locker room atmosphere felt like in 2018 with him and like Le'Veon, or technically 2017, if we're being more specific, it was a freaking nightmare. And I don't think that can be discounted just how bad that it actually was back then. So boy, I'm just glad that we don't have to even deal with him. But God bless to any franchise that says, oh, if he gets into our locker room, he'll be fine. I guarantee you, It's not
Yep.
a matter of him if, it's a matter of him when he will screw
Yeah.
up. He
Yeah.
just can't help himself,
Seattle needs a better defense. They're last in the league in yards given up per game.
which is
Last.
amazing. They're even
471.2.
worse than the Dallas Cowboys now. Now that
Worse
says
than Atlanta
something.
Falcons
Mhm. Oof, that's
by
oof,
like 40 yards.
wow, that's bad.
Worse than the
So yeah,
Texans, worse than the Jaguars, the Vikings, and the Cowboys.
that's insane. But man, so yeah, but and we'll kind of transition into more NFL talk for this past week week 6, and man, something's happened for sure, Matt. Jets are still winless. Cowboys are getting even worse. They lost 38 to 10 against Arizona on like Monday Night Football. Kansas City edged out Buffalo, but I'm going and to Matt. The Packers just getting absolutely annihilated by Tampa Bay was I was really surprised how
Yeah, I
lopsided
thought that
that.
was gonna. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
expected that to
I'm
be a barn burner back and forth.
held between that and even our game. I'm Steelers versus Cleveland. I could not believe how lopsided that. Pretty much that game was. It was over by halftime. I could not believe just
I was expecting
how
more stress.
I was expecting way more stress. I was expecting a Cleveland offense to actually move the freaking ball, and they could not get anything going. Like Baker was completely flustered. He was getting hit constantly. Their offensive line could not get anything going. And then on the other side of the ball, Steelers ran it pretty damn good, which I was shocked by, and they could not get any pressure on a Ben, who I believe he was sacked 2 times, and he wasn't really pressured all that much. I was just shocked at just
Yeah,
how much of a complete game that this was, and outside of of a second half, or a like first half, in the second quarter drive, by Cleveland, this they just could not even move it. Like I believe that they were 1 for 12 on like third down. Like that isn't going to
let me
get it done. I'm pretty
let me
sure that they
see.
were. Um,
There's a little box score here. Is that? Well, that's. I don't think. Hang on, that's not gonna tell me why. Why not? Um, yeah, team stats. Um, third down efficiency. Pittsburgh 5 for 14, 2 for 2 on fourth down. Cleveland Browns 1 for 12 on third down, over 3 on fourth down.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
not. That's
and that is a story right there, Matt. I mean, and like Ben looks about as healthy, about as comfortable as I've seen him in a very long time. And this team is now 5-0 as they're heading into Tennessee, which that should be a very interesting game. But I think this put to bed, once and for all, is that Cleveland just isn't in either Baltimore or Pittsburgh's league. They have lost now to Baltimore and to Pittsburgh, 38-6 and 38-7. Like they or yeah, a 38-6 and 38-7. They scored 13 points total in those games. I mean if that doesn't speak volumes, then I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
does there.
The passing is comparable, honestly, between
Mhm.
15 for 28 for Cleveland, 15 for 23 for Pittsburgh. The passing yards
Uh,
are only 3 off. Yards per
however,
player is close, but there's 2 interceptions thrown by Baker. It was the third play of the game for a pick six. Um,
And two,
Rushing,
rushing was the bigger gap, I believe, right?
yeah. What Cleveland being touted as was the number one rushing team in the NFL, only
Yep.
rushed for 75 yards on 22 attempts. Well,
Hmm.
Pittsburgh had 37 attempts rushing for 129. Um, Cleveland was in the red zone one time, it was 1 for 1, but Pittsburgh 3 for 4. Um,
And
so
that to like me, Matt, is a really big difference for like this year's team because if you recall from 2019, I believe we were like 28th or 29th in like red zone efficiency,
mhm.
just kicking a ton of field goals. But now, and adding Chase Claypool, those freaking wide receivers sweeps there, man, are just giving teams fits. Like it opens
Until somebody figures it out.
well, and to Matt, it's now is going to open up Connor down there because now not everyone can just key in on him now. I mean, just even that
Yeah,
just just to have the defense think about Claypool on those end arounds there, and now as we head into Tennessee, we're now getting Deontay Johnson back with him, Claypool, Juju, and a like James Washington. He had a like very good game. He scored a like touchdown against Cleveland. So I'm very excited about this passing offense. Like this is like this is a very complete team right now. Into which as long as they stay healthy, and we say that, unfortunately, we lost our starting inside linebacker Devin Bush, who tore his ACL, which just absolutely sucks. Second year guy, but now they're gonna have to try and basically mix and like match her. But I tell you that Matt Roberts Lane, I mean, like he was thudding guys in that game in the
yes.
second half. I mean, like just I mean, like I think he had like 6 tackles or something, but
Hang on.
but he was
Yeah,
very good.
six tackles, 6 solos,
Mm-hmm.
one tackle for loss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, like we're not going to depend solely on him, but I mean, definitely going to just help and just like not be completely bad here, but but we'll see what happens there. So yeah, as I said, the Steelers going into Tennessee, who are now one of 3 teams who are currently are still without a like loss. Tennessee and the Seattle Seahawks being the other team as well. Um, Other games, Matt. I was definitely surprised to see how close that the Baltimore and Philadelphia game was. That was a lot
Yes.
closer. Like and if it wasn't just for Philadelphia's injuries, were just continuously are just piling up and piling up. So they fall to 1-4-1 in the worst division I've ever seen in my entire life, the NFC
Hmm.
East, where
Yeah.
it's bad when the combined wins of where the Steelers are tied with the NFC East for the combined wins of that whole entire division right now. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
It's weird to see the Baltimore's defense giving up 22 points in the fourth quarter. We're only giving up 6 total through quarters 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And that made
Yeah.
that
Like
the game.
right. But they did acquire Ngakwe from the Vikings today. He was a very good interior pass rusher. He's definitely is going to help them because that has been one of the things on their defense is like they have had issues in finding a consistent pass rush. Um, and and hopefully that will help them for them. But I mean, like they're going to be in a freaking dogfight in this AFC North. Like I see too many people who are even still are saying are not taking the Steelers seriously, which I don't know why. And like because I think at the very least between them and the Steelers are going to split the season series. I will be shocked if either team wins of both of these games. It's just both teams are just way too good, and it's showing now because I would say between Baltimore, Steelers, and Kansas City are probably the AFC's top three teams right now, and probably and Tennessee and Buffalo in there as well. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very exciting for sure. So we will see how all that transpires. Any other games you wanted to highlight, Matt, that kind of caught your eye there?
No, not really, to be honest.
Okay. So yeah, guys, that will pretty much do it for our NFL talk. And as we are recording, I believe that the game between the Eagles and the Giants is now starting. Is that
Yeah, both. Yeah, I
correct,
think
Matt?
so. Yep.
Yeah. So that's currently going on. So yeah. Now we're gonna get into some baseball talk here, Matt. Through games 1 and 2, we're currently tied at like 1-1. Obviously, the LA Dodgers won game one by a score of 8-2-3. Game two, Tampa Bay responded and won 6-4 over LA. Now I was talking to a friend of like mine in California, Eric. Obviously, he was telling me that he's been just hearing all kinds of like Dodger fans who think that this series is only going 4 or 5 games. I'm like, no chance in hell.
Well, it's not
This is
four.
going. Well, yeah, obviously. So I mean, I'm like, this is going either 6 or 7 easily. I mean, I don't get why we're just completely ignoring Tampa Bay here for the amount of pitching that they have. I mean, like how just look at these statistics with that. Like it's going to be very hard to beat them 4 games out of 5 or like 4 out of 4, which obviously isn't happening now. So now, how do you see this series shaking out here? Do you see it going 6 or 7? Do you think that it was just
Yeah,
a kicked up?
I, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it goes 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's gonna be hard to go 5. Um, I,
I heard.
I don't know if the Rays can or any team can win 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight. Um, so yeah, I'm pulling for the Rays. Um,
Same here. We
I
we need we need playoff Kershaw to show up again
he,
here.
probably again, yeah, game 1 that didn't happen.
No,
But
I would
I
I would I would imagine he's throwing either game 4 or game 5. You're right. You would think
probably game, yeah,
game
probably
4.
game
You think?
5. I don't know. I don't know if they're giving them one, two,
Yeah,
three, four. I may probably say game 5.
game 5
Um,
on Sunday. Yeah. Okay.
because let's say if they do win, the next 2, they're up 3-1. They probably want them in that clincher, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I still, I with the lineup LA has and the pitching Tampa Bay has, it just Tampa Bay is
Like a
just.
Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is just. I mean, like, do you think he isn't baseball's best player right now all around? Has he taken that from like Mike Trout?
I don't know. I I didn't pay enough attention this year,
Mhm.
to 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 really give an inform. I know he's been just fantastic. The hell is
Mhm.
that? To give a well informed thing. What's just holding me back to we're saying Trout is like I've never seen a well I can't say that the franchise holding back um a talent as Trout as the Angels. What if the Angels have done nothing with him?
Mhm.
Um, I guess they've win some stuff, but they like have they made the play? They've made the playoffs with him, right?
Who
I'm pretty damn sure.
who
Um,
have
the Angels.
I'm pretty sure that they haven't like made it in the last few years. Like, they have a few times with him, but they haven't exactly gone far with
They
him though.
haven't done jack squat
Shit.
with him.
Like no, like I mean it's so unfortunate because he's such a great player, but man,
Um, they were 26 and 34 this year. Well, hang on. There's an ad going on. Why is there an ad? I don't know if anybody. Oh, they can hear this. Hang on. No copyright. What the hell? Damn ads. Stop. 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 Damn pumpkin spice espresso ad. Oh my god. I just. Yeah, I don't think they've. Yeah, they haven't done anything. Let me just pull up Baseball Reference. Let me compare the two. Let me look at the stats for this year. Um, yeah, Trout is like universally accepted as like the best player. But like perennial All Star, MVP discussion. Um, where are we here? Batting average 281 this year, 291. Like he's consistently just been like OPS, like consistently putting up great numbers for
Hall of
so
Fame
long.
numbers. Hall of Fame
Um,
numbers. Like he's
he's Hall of
consistently
Fame, like no doubt.
like the first
Um,
ballot easily. Like
this
it's just it's just like for they just have never put a good team around him. And and yes, they definitely have spent some money, but it's just it's just something whether it's injuries or just or whatever it is, just it doesn't work out. And it'll be a real shame if they never even sniff a like World Series win, which I mean he would definitely be in that like Dan in the like Dan
he would get
Marino.
have to get like
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, like
traded.
and with that contract that he just signed, yeah, not too many teams would be able to even afford that. So it's unfortunate, but we shall see how the rest of it
Yeah,
works.
he's
Yep.
he's definitely up there, Mookie. Um, on just solid players. Um, I I still think I'm edging the Trout at least right now. Um, yeah,
Yep.
I don't know,
It's
but
unfortunate.
it's just a criminal that I just want like Trout just for the sake of his career to be like traded to like somebody else that
A good team. A good
yeah.
team for
Um,
sure.
what's his contract? He signed through. Oh, that ain't probably gonna freaking happen. I just realized that he signed through 2030 for the
Well, yeah.
Angels. I forgot about
Remember
that.
he signed that. He signed that like $400 million contract with them, which I mean,
I
hell,
totally
he
forgot that.
deserves every cent of that deal for how damn good he is.
Yeah, from
So yeah,
2019 through if for whatever reason he does until in the next 10 years doesn't do a damn thing, that is just criminal.
Travis. Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely. But
Let me
well,
see. Postseason batting, they made it uh to the ALDS once, made to the postseason once. That was 2014. Um, he played in 3 games, um, 12 at bats, 15 plate appearances, um, 1 hit. And that is not a good sample size because that's only 3 games and you've been there once. So technically, his
I'm not.
postseason batting is a .083, uh, which, yeah, take that for what it's worth. In only 3 games, um, that's just criminal if they don't do anything. If I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how that all goes. So, all right. So the final thing that we're going to get into here on the podcast is obviously previewing UFC 254, which as we said at the start of the podcast, it's currently going on right now. They the like UFC decided to switch the time because of like Habib and accommodating for everyone over there just like because he is such a big international draw and they don't want all of those fights happening obviously early in the morning. So so this fight is being so this card is being headlined for the for the UFC lightweight championship, Habib versus Justin Gaethje, and and even though I'll be pulling hard for Justin Gaethje, I really just cannot see Habib losing this fight until this man actually loses, until I actually see him actually having to struggle going into a fight. It's going to be hard for me to pick anyone going up against him. I was so like, and I really learned that lesson when he fought Connor, because I felt that Connor was really getting to him, and and he definitely did, and it still did not even matter. He just freaking mauled him, and eventually and eventually submitted him in round 4. And I'm kind of expecting something similar here. I, I do think, though, that something that Habib needs to be careful of is Justin's leg kicks, because I do think that could be a big thing in this fight. But at the same time, too, I don't think he is as fast as, say, as a like Michael Johnson or a like Edson Par, Barbosa. And I just think as the fight goes on, Habib is going to take him down, and he's going to choke him out. It's just he is just a relentless fighter who, unlike any fighter that I've seen, will just constantly go after that takedown, and he will get you down. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And and that has been proven over it and over again. Um, as I said, I feel that like Habib should win and is going to win after this. It's a big question because there has been talk about possibly doing him versus George St. Pierre, which I'm very skeptical about. I really don't see that happening. He's completely rolled out any sort of fight against Connor. He just says like he doesn't like him. He doesn't respect him. And like he just he doesn't have anything else to exactly prove against him, which I completely agree with. I mean, but if you are Dana White in a company, you absolutely really want that fight, just because of how much revenue that will indeed draw. I mean, that would probably be UFC's biggest pay-per-view buy rate of all time right there. Just there's just so much heat. There's so much animosity between those two. But I don't think that fight will ever happen. Now obviously things can change, and that will also depend on that being a thought. If Connor beats Dustin Poirier, which is supposedly is happening in January. So we'll see how that goes. And the only other fight I'm really am paying attention to is a co-main between former middleweight champion Robert Whitaker versus Jared Cannonier, which I feel like probably whoever wins this year is probably fighting Israel Adesanya. If you recall, after his previous fight, Izzy's, he said if Jared Cannonier wins, he is getting a title shot. Now here, I don't think Jared is going to exactly win. To me, Whitaker is just he's a superior fighter in my opinion. He's more agile, is more technical here. So I think he's going to get this win here. Now I'm hey Matt. As far as the odds are concerned,
Yep.
what are they shaping up right now?
To real quick backtrack to the Habib fight.
Mm-hmm.
We have Habib favorite -315 to Justin Gaethje's +255. In regards to the Robert Whitaker fight, Jared is a slight favorite at -120 to Whitaker's -104.
So yeah, so like
So
that one is
pretty damn close.
Yeah, that one is essentially a pick 'em there, which I think about the time that the fight actually happens, that might be even closer there. So I could see that happening. And Habib, like to me, I would, as far as Justin is concerned, he is a like live dog there. I would definitely take a chance on that there. But I don't think he is beating Habib, but I would definitely put some money on him because hell, like those odds there, what do you got to freaking lose there? So it should
Money.
be a very well
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
in like your case, that happens quite often, doesn't it,
Oh, I'm
Mister?
sorry. Mr. Moneybags over there winning bets. Okay.
Hey, I don't bet as like much. Whereas you
I don't bet. I don't
you
much of uh times I do or money.
times not
Oh,
not like not like as far as like I'm throwing down 500 or something like that. It's
no.
just
I that
no.
that's no. I will no.
Yeah,
I do
so
but it makes it fun.
uh, oh, absolutely. So yeah, guys, we will definitely give you our thoughts on that on the following podcast, and also we would like to thank you as well to all of you who tuned in to our professional wrestling live stream last night. And as of now, as we are recording here, we're going to be just like recapping everything. Um, um, Horrible Raw, which uh, I did not see that. I did not see that live, but holy hell, that looked
I did.
awful. Matt did, but I cannot wait to get into that. There's obviously a very something very polarizing happened on like Dynamite with the MGF and Chris Jericho musical number. I
Por-
can't wait to
por-
talk.
polarizing, not pulverizing. We're not destroying
Yeah,
stuff.
polarizing,
Oh,
polarizing,
yeah, there you
polarizing.
go.
Well, like
I've let that go many a
well, like
time.
Jim Cornette, Jim Cornette, he'll definitely be like pulverizing that segment there. But
I
yeah,
cannot wait.
yeah, but
Let me tell you.
as we have said, we're gonna be doing this every single week, either on a Friday or a Saturday, just basically talking in like recapping everything. We are also planning on doing a Hell NSL live stream. Since there's a lot of big things happening on that show, I feel like we should definitely do one for that there, Matt.
Yes.
As
Yes.
as our tribal chief will be humbling Jay Uso once again. So, so Matt, I will let you take us home there since
Yes.
they'll pretty much do the
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. So again, thanks everybody for watching this episode of podcast 63. Let me take this off because this is making me itchy. Sorry, Roman. Uh, yeah. So thanks for everybody again watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. All that fun stuff on the video. Um, yeah, we'll, again, next week definitely be talking about, like John said, UFC 254. Since that's happening right now and we are watching it. Thanks for everybody for tuning in to the last night's live stream and all the live streams, either live or
Recorded.
once it's over, recording on here. It's okay, it's decent views. Um, I just saw. So yeah, again, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back next Saturday around 3 o'clock, or if YouTube's being stupid, 3:15. Because for some reason I can't change that. It's like quarter, either 3:15 or 3:45. It's only 15 or 45. So look out for that. Um, so with that, for John, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you in the next video.